Hi crafty peeps, it's Deb from Creative Life, and today we're going to do our this is the second tutorial for the Cardology Box from CountryCraftCreations. So today we're going to start off with using one of the silver cards from your Cardology Box, and we are going to go ahead and make it into a step card. Okay, so it's going to look something like this, and this is my little cheat sheet here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to mark our card. So because it is a lot larger than a regular standard card, we're going to go ahead and mark everything off. So the first thing that I want to do is from the bottom, okay, we're going to go ahead and mark it at 1 1/4. So you're going to go ahead and come over and just mark it at 1 1/4 here, okay, and then scoot it over, and from the bottom you're going to go ahead and mark it again at 1 1/4, okay, and then we are also going to mark it at, from that little dot that you made, we're going to mark it again at an inch. So you're going to mark it again right there at an inch, okay, and don't worry about any of these little marks showing because they're going to be covered with paper. Okay, so then after you get that done, then we're going to go ahead and we are going to flip it open, okay, and you're going to mark it at an inch from the seam of your card. So we're going to go ahead and mark it here at an inch, okay, and again here. So you're going to go ahead and mark it here at an inch. And it doesn't matter where you mark it because, like I said, it's all gonna get covered. So okay, so then what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and score 1 1/2 inch over. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and turn our card around, okay, and you're going to go ahead and score here, okay. So you're going to, at that 1 inch mark that you made earlier, or 1 1/4 inch mark, you're going to go ahead and find the 1 1/2 inch, okay, and you're just going to go ahead and score it all the way. You're going to go and score that all the way to the little dot that you made at 7. It should reach at 7 1/4, okay, and same thing on the other side. So we're going to flip it over, okay, and again we're going to go ahead and you're just going to use this score line here that we've already made as your guide. So again, we already know it was at 7 1/4, so we're going to go ahead and score from 1 1/2 all the way down to 7 1/4, okay. So okay, and then you're gonna, if you want, you can score it again if you'd like, and that would be at 4 3/4, okay. So then you have 2 score lines that look like this, okay. So and you can score it again. This is pretty thick paper, so if you wanted to score it again, you could. Now that we know where our score lines are, okay. Okay, so now we can go ahead and cut right in through here, okay. But first we're going to go ahead and make some other score lines. before we start cutting. You're going to go ahead and score at your 7¼ inch. You're going to bring that just to that. You're going to stop right there at that first score line, okay, right there. And then you're going to flip your card over and do another one to that first score line, okay. Then you're going to flip it back over and you're just going to score at the 2¼ okay, and you're going to score again at 1¼ okay. And then you're going to go ahead and flip your card over and we're going to score at 1¼ here and 2¼ okay. So there we go. Okay, and then you're just going to need your trimmer. And what you're going to do here is you're going to cut from this score line here, that score line that goes all the way down. You're going to you're going to cut from there all the way down to this score line, this second score line, or your first score line, however you want to look at it. You're going to cut all the way down to here, okay? So we're going to go ahead and put that in our cutter, in our trimmer, and you're going to go ahead and cut all the way down to that first score line. It's right there, okay? That's where that should be cut, okay? So you'll have it look like this, okay? And then same thing with the other end. So I'm going to put that there. Okay. And you're going to go all the way down to that first or the second score line down there. Okay. So now your card should have 2 openings like this. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to flip these open. Okay. So it's going to look that. These are going to be inward. This is going to be out. So your card is going to look like this. We're going to go ahead and get some paper. Okay. And you're just going to measure your paper. Sorry, I'm having some issues here. Deciding issues on what to do. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and measure our card. So you're going to go ahead and you have 1½ inch on each side here, okay? And then this here is 3 and I think it's 3 1/8. So if you wanted to, you could cover this whole section here however you want. Depending on what you want to do down here, that would be a different sheet of paper, or whatever, because if you want to cover this part up, this will be at 1 inch and 1/8, I believe. So, or it's actually at 1 inch and 1 1/4, but to make a border, nicely go along that edge, you want to go ahead and cut that at 1 1/8. So, so for your card, we're going to go ahead and start with this here. So we'll go ahead and cut our papers at 1 3/8. Okay. So we're going to cut it 1 3/8. So there we go. So there's that 1 3/8. Okay. So I think what I want to do is I want to grab some other paper here to give it more of a little bit of a color. Okay, I am just thinking. I have some of this red paper, and this is like, it's a tricycle red one, and this again is from the shop. It is made by Authentique. It's beautiful, beautiful paper. So we will keep those. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 1 inch too, because, or was it 1 1/2? I'm going to cut it at 1 1/2 inches. Okay. So I'm going to do that, and then at 5 inches. Because I want to try and see what it'll look like with that. Because this photo that we're going to use right here has red in it, I thought that the red might bring out some more of that color. So I really think that we'll use the red on that, okay? Because we are going to be using the seam binding red. So so we're going to go ahead and cut this at, since it was at 5, we'll be cutting it at 4 7/8. Okay, so it will fit and have a border around that. Okay, so your first sheet is going to be, or your first cut for your card, this part here, is going to be at 1 1/2 by 5 inches. Okay, I think, nope, that's right, 5, okay, so 5 inches. And then your second strip that you're going to cut is going to be at 1 3/8 by 4 7/8. Okay, so that'll just fit on there like that. So we're going to cut the other one. There we go. And then this one will be at 5. So there we go. Alright, so we got that part done. Now we just need this part in through here. So this part is at 3 1/8. Okay, so I think we're going to cut it at 3 1/8. And then right here, we can go all the way down, or we can choose not to go all the way down. However you want to do it. And it's at 5. So this one would be at 5. Okay, that's going to be at 5. Or did I cut that wrong? No, that's right. That's 5 3/8. 5 1/8. Okay, so that's how that's going to look. Okay, and then our image. Okay, I'm choosing this one, or you can choose the snowman or whichever one you'd like for your card. And so that is going to go right on top of there, and you can cut closer if you want to cut closer to the edging of that. I think that's what I'm going to do. So, and I use my trimmer for this part because I am not good at cutting a straight line. So, so I cannot hang pictures straight. and I cannot cut straight lines, so whenever I can I try to use my trimmer because that reason. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to go ahead and cut yeah, I think that'll work. So I'm going to go ahead and cut just a little bit. I'm going to cut that gray paper that I had with the little snowflakes on it. This one. I'm just going to cut a little bit of it. I think I'll make that at, I think I'll go ahead and cut that at 3 1/8 as well. And all the way up. But I am going to go ahead and leave a border, so cut it at 5, so I'm going to do 4 7/8, so it'll have a mat like that, so you can see a little bit of that red on there. Okay, and then that will sit like that. I guess I could go ahead and cut it just a bit in, so we'll go ahead and cut that just a little bit. So for the, since we cut it at 3 1/8, I'm going to go ahead and cut it at 3. Let's see how that works. Okay, so it leaves a little border like that, and then that fits right on top of there like that. And you can still have a nice border on the sides, you know, up on top. So this will fit like this around your in the middle of your card. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and if you'd like, you can go ahead and put a border around this. Okay, so we can go ahead and cut, I think this was 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch. So we'll cut a 1 inch or 1 1/8 of an inch by 6 1/8. So 1 1/8 by 6 1/8. So we'll do 1 1/8 by 6 1/8. Okay, so that'll fit there like that. And then we're going to go ahead and cut another one, and this time we'll cut little snow, and because that was at 1 1/8, we'll make this one at 1 inch. Okay, so that's 1 inch, and we did it, and then we'll do it at 6. So that'll give you a nice little border around that, just like that. Okay, so then now we can go ahead and start putting this together. One thing I wanted to say was that for this card you will need your seam binding, okay, your red seam binding, and we're going to use lace. Okay, so you will need that. Okay, so let me move all these scraps. Pretty quick. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and get your red seam binding, and you're going to go ahead and get your lace, and we're going to go ahead and cut that. I don't usually do measurements when I'm cutting my lace and stuff because I just usually eyeball it. So, but if you wanted measurements, we are going to cut this at probably right here. About go ahead and cut it at 8 1/4, and that should be good enough. Give you plenty. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and attach this down here. Okay, like that. Right on the bottom. Okay. So you're actually going to glue your seam binding at the bottom here. Okay. So you just need glue here, a little bit of glue there, a little bit of glue here. And just attach that, wrap that right around your card. Okay. And wrap that around your card. Okay. I think I got the glue on the wrong end. And then you're going to go ahead and overlay with your lace on that, okay? Or you can use your hot glue gun, or you can use your score tape. Okay, I'm going to try score tape, see how that works. So, just going to go ahead and grab that. There we go. And that worked like a charm. So we're going to do that with the other side here. Okay. And I'm actually going to lay it a little bit sideways so at least it'll keep that other one down just in case it wants to come off. Okay. So you're going to go ahead and pull that, and then just go ahead and lay that right on top of there, like that. Okay. Okay. So, there we go. So there you go. It's going to stay just like that. And if you wanted to, we're going to grab just a little bit of score tape here. Where's my end? And you're going to go ahead and just grab a little bit here. Okay. And stick it behind your ribbon. Lay it down. There you go. That way it's all tacked down for you. And then for your lace, you can go ahead and just use some more. If you wanted to, you could put like a little piece of score tape down. Okay, which I think I'm going to go ahead and do. Sticking to me. So, there you go. There you go. So, okay, so there's your card. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and decorate the sides here. So I thought we would go ahead and use these two little gloves on one side. Okay. Just some of these here that I've got on hand. So this is just the foam tape that I get over at Joann's or Michael's, because you get to use your 40% off coupon or whatever. So that's what I used. And so I'm going to lay mine like that, just to raise it up just a bit. And then there we go. And then on this side here, I'm going to put this here. And sorry about my family talking in the background. And I'm going to put that like that. I'm going to put that like that. And then I think I'm going to use a few of these little flowers. These are so stinking cute. So I think we're going to go ahead and just put these down here like this. And so just go ahead and put those down there like that. And maybe, I think, you know what we could do too, is you could actually get your inks, your Tim Holtz inks, and you can ink these up. So let me grab my inks. I didn't plan this part, so, because I wasn't sure what I was doing. I don't know if that one would be too bright. Let's see here. Let me find, oh, there it is. I don't know if this will be too bright or not on that. So let me see. Maybe just a bit too red. I know I have the brick ink, so let's see here. I bet you that one would be better. The fire brick, that one might be better than this one. I didn't plan this part out, so sorry about that. I try to plan all my cards out so you know, it goes kind of a little bit smoother, but sometimes when I get creating I don't always, so yeah, I think those will work. So we're just going to go ahead and put a few of these here, or actually I think I'm just going to put one here and then we'll put some down here. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and redo that one. I'll make it a little bit darker. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and lay these down just like that. Okay. I'm going to lay this one down. Okay. And we'll do a few more here. There we go. And okay, and then you can get like some stickles, or if you have some pearls from Tamara's shop, you can use that. Whatever you like. And I'm just going to use some stickles that I've got. Okay, if it works still, because I've been using the heck out of my stickles lately. So this one looks like it's empty. So we're going to grab another one. This one is brand new. It's, well, not brand new. I think I used it. So you're just going to go ahead and make some little dots in the middle there. Okay. There you go. So there is some of our card that's almost done. Cardstock again. Or actually we'll use the mitten one because that's the one that we were using for the other border. We're just going to lay that down just like that. So there you go. And if you wanted that little flower to lay down, you could just put a little bit of glue right on the inside of that. Lay that down on top of your little tag there. And we can add some more flowers. So, yeah, it felt like there was two under there. I don't know. But yeah, so we'll just go ahead and make some more flowers here and put those on the other side. So we'll lay one like maybe right here. And we'll do another one. Okay. And I think what I might do is just go ahead and pop one up here too. So it looks uniform, so we'll go ahead and do that. Now these I did not plan on putting on the card until just a while ago. So I wanted to get these in and I wasn't quite sure how I was going to use these, but it's working out pretty good. I think it looks really pretty. And then again, we're just going to go ahead and get our stickles. And we're going to go ahead and put a little dot in the middle here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little dot here in the middle of this glove. And we'll put a little dot here. Okay, and maybe a couple of dots here on the edges of your card. in the corners. And that one will be fine. And I think that's good, guys. I don't think we need any more. So there's your first card on our second video. So I hope you all had fun making this with me. I know it was kind of quiet during times, and I apologize. But I get really quiet when I'm creating, and so I hopefully the next video will be a little bit more lively. So okay, so there you go. So I hope that you like that. I'll take care. I'll be back. Bye.